We have to talk about The Guilty.
Oh, yes.
Thriller on the edge of my seat.
The entire time.
It's amazing.
Gasp.
It was amazing.
Gasp. Gasp.
We were freaking out. Bells in his perma squeal. Amazon, $6.99. Watch a new movie called The Guilty from Denmark. Snuggling in my comforter.
And I didn't have to travel to Denmark.
I had food in my refrigerator.
Ice cream.
You know, $6.99 total. It's a movie that they chose to debut on Amazon while it's in theaters. So
yes.
On the same weekend.
So this is another trend.
Yes, that it released. Amazon said, well, you know, instead of the regular $3.99, we're going to make it $6.99, still in theaters. And, you know, I chose to stay home.
The Guilty was a limited release because it's a foreign film. It's a Danish film. It's brilliant. From a marketing perspective, it is absolutely brilliant. Yes. Like, let's say, for example, they did a small release in the major cities.
And they're all art house theaters.
They're all
small,
art house. Yes.
Small,
yes.
you know,
so
50,
limited,
60 seats.
Yeah, limited release. This gives them a global release.
Right.
Global.
On something new that has already been touted, won all these film festivals awards. It was Denmark's Oscar submission. This is the kind of film I just love, I have to say. As a filmmaker, it's one room, one person,
one location. I loved it.
One person.
I loved it.
And
everything was practical.
Thriller on the edge of my seat.
The entire time.
It was amazing.
Gasp.
It was amazing.
Gasp. Gasp.
It was amazing.
Third act revelation.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
What?
No, it was so good.
It was so
really
good. So just to kind of give you the setup for this, we are not going to spoil this.
No.
Because
you can't.
No. It would be sinful. Yeah. But we're going to give you the setup. So Danish film set in a one-room office. It's a call center. It's the 911 call center. The middle of the night, and you've got people posted in their cubicles, and they're taking 911 calls.
And every time a call comes on, a red light goes on.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's right. That's really important. That's
Yeah.
really important. So every time a call comes through, you know, this red light rings, and it goes into whoever's queue, you know, according to whatever. And then this call comes. You know, initially, the first one was the guy who was
partying too much.
No, he said that a woman jumped in his car and robbed him. Remember?
He was in the red light.
He was in the red light district, and she whipped his ass and took his money. And he's like, "It wasn't me."
The thing is, the script is so good,
and it's tight. It's
a
lean.
Great script.
It's really lean.
A great script.
It's one of the things I love about closed captions because I feel like I'm reading the script as I'm watching the movie.
Well, you have to when you don't speak Danish.
I was going to say, what's it called?
Like Danish, Copenhagenish. But
Copenhagen.
But you know, it was just, you know, and it's so simple. No special effects.
Nope. Everything completely
just
practical.
Great storytelling and great acting.
Yes.
Great acting.
Yes. So Vinny gets a call, and it's a woman, and she is clearly in distress, and he's able to get information out of her with yes and no answers, which is, you know, in and of itself, you're like, oh Lord, what's happening on the, because you don't know. You never cut to that car.
You never see anything.
her.
It's all in your imagination.
It's all in your mind. They are building this woman's dilemma in your mind, and you never lay eyes on her.
It's amazing. You hear the voice. The actors for their voices were amazing.
Right. You hear the voice of the person that she is with, who it seems has snatched her up, taken her from her children in the middle of the night.
And then this story just seems to twist and turn because you learn more also about the guy taking the calls. He's this man who's going to be indicted in a couple of days,
like for being a dirty cop, or
he killed
excessive
a man.
use of force, something.
So there's all this other great stuff going on at the same time where you're just thinking like, okay, his wife just left him because of this incident. He's down and out. Is he going to redeem himself?
He calls his partner and makes his partner
Right.
go over, and his
Right.
partner's drunk because
Right.
they have to testify the next morning, and he doesn't, he's having this emotional dilemma. Should he testify against his partner or not? And you know what? I don't even remember theme music.
I don't even know if there was any music.
I don't know if there was
It's
any
so
music.
stark. Like,
And you're in it.
oh my
You are
God. You're in it from moment one, and it's just so real. And I read a lot about the making of this.
Oh,
and
did you?
Of course, in Scandinavia, unlike America, they have these amazing film funds and all this stuff for their artists. And
yes. What's that like?
things that we don't have. So this first-time director won a grant for whatever, 500,000 kroner. I don't even know what it is. I think it's like $300,000 or something like that. That's still a lot of money to make what they did. And they did, and they obviously, the sound design, and we're talking about like, the telephone ringing and the,
what you hear is happening on the other end.
Foley
Yes.
and all that stuff.
Yes.
It's really sharp. So they put all the money into that, and obviously not paying the actors. But it's
There were only two.
You know what? They were able to make this movie, and he said that he wrote the script after watching YouTube videos of 911 calls.
Wow.
Or the same equivalent in Denmark.
Fascinating.
Yes. And it gave him the idea, and he
Wow.
made the whole thing up, and he won this contest. And it's like, I just love when you can have it so stripped down, so stark, and yet it just punches you right in the chest of just a 1-2 punch of emotion and fear
And on the edge of your seat.
thriller.
You were just panting.
I mean, it's panic. You're panicked.
That third act twist.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I gasped. I gasped out loud.
I screamed.
In my flannel pajamas because I didn't go to the
under
theater
my
to
covers.
see, I didn't go
That's
to
right.
the theater to see this.
with cookies that were above my refrigerator. Yes,
But
absolutely.
truly, it's a must see. If you
Absolute
you
must
can
see.
and you have no excuses. You don't have to go to the art house theater. You can get it on Amazon for $6.99.
You don't have to miss it because you live in a smaller town.
Right.
You can see. And that's the other thing. It's opening up such a wide world. Another trend in this industry is getting really young directors off of YouTube.
because they've just made their own thing.
Of the stuff that they are producing and the
Wow.
followings that they
Wow.
have. I mean, when you've got millions of people following you, you've got cachet.
You do.
And you're freaking 18. But you've made good shit.
Do you want to know how many middle school and high school kids, when you ask them what they want to do with their life, they say, I want to be a YouTuber?
Wow.
A lot.
Wow.
A lot.
And on that note, our YouTube channel is all one word, Front Row Divas.
How many subscribers do we have, Belle?
I think we're up to 20.
Woo!
I want to get to 100. Hey, that's not bad
on.
considering that we
We
just
just
launched
launched-
last week.
We just want to say
we want to get
thank
to
you.
100.
We're also
do
on
it.
iTunes.
Yep, and SoundCloud.
And Spotify.
Yep,
So
we sure
check us
are.
out.
Check us out. Help us get to 100 subscribers, and then we can get our own custom channel. It'll be youtube.com/FrontRowDivas.
come on,
but first,
people.
you gotta get to 100.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
We have a website.
Reach out.
We have a website.
Reach out. You got questions? You want to talk to us? Ask frontrowdivas@gmail.com.
What a night.
Before we close the show, we have to thank our moms. Thank you, Mom.
Thanks,
Lisa,
Franny.
you're the best.
Bye. Stay decent.